Welcome to another episode of Deck Profile Quest. Today I'm doing my Fire King deck. This deck, it was built from two of the Fire King structure decks. It was built from two of them, and I supplemented a few cards from my bulk. So, yeah, folks. Let's get into it. We got 2 copies of Fire King High Avatar Kirin, 2 copies of Sacred Fire King Garunix, 2 copies of Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos. We got Fire King High Avatar Garunix, 2 copies of Bonfire Colossus, 2 copies of Coach Captain Bearman, 2 copies of Fire King Avatar Rang Bali, 2 copies of Fire King Avatar Barung, Next, gotta make some space. We got 2 copies of Fire King Avatar Arvita, 2 copies of Burner Dragon Ruler of Sparks, 2 copies of Legendary Fire King Ponix. That's that for the monster lineup. And next, we got 3 copies of Fire King Island, 1 copy of Trade-In, 2 copy of Fury of Karyushin, 2 copies of Fire Formation Tenki, 2 copies of Fire King Sanctuary, 2 copies of Fire King Skyburn. That's that for the spell cards. Next, 3 copies of Torrential Tribute, 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence, 2 copies of Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 copies of Solemn Judgment. That's that for the main deck. Next, we have random tokens I threw into my deck. Next, we got Garunix Eternity High Yang of the Fire Kings, 2 copies. 2 copies of Coach King Giant Trainer. 2 copies of Castiel the Sky Blaster Musketeer. 1 copy of number 39 Utopia. 2 copies of Diamond Direwolf. 3 copies of Hida the Fire Charmer Blaze. And 3 copies of Pick Night Early. Next, we're going to go over the side deck. We got 2 copies of Dark Hole, 2 copies of Herald of the Abyss, 2 copies of Flame Veil Counter, 2 copies of Power Sink Stone, 1 copy of Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. We got Void Trap Hole, D-Shifter, Droll and Lockbird, 2 copies of Dogoran the Mad Flame Kaiju. And yeah, this is my Fire King deck. Constructed it from 2 structure decks and cards from my bulk. And yeah, it's a nice deck. Anyway, I'm your host, the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Like, share, and subscribe. And peace out, folks.